Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonah Canal, and today I'm going to share with you an oil painting time lapse of the piece I'm calling the Vineyard. In today's painting, I'm using Alkyd oil paints, which are oil paints that dry overnight, and a mix of other oil colors as well. I started out painting with acrylics, and I just love how oils feel, but this is a pretty good compromise with the drying time. So the inspiration for today's painting is all the grapes that are growing behind my house. We have a vineyard here, and we make wine, and this is just something that people don't often get to see, of what grapes look like as they're ripening. And I draw a lot of my inspiration in my recent paintings, especially from nature. I really like drawing plants and flowers and all that kind of stuff. So when I start my paintings out, I come in with usually like a drawing in burnt sienna to try to get the basic values and drawing down so I can start expanding on it. And there's something I really love about oil painting is that I find you lose a bit of control because you're dealing with such a messy medium, and it's really fun for me to be building this thing that you can breathe life into day after day and really not know how it's going to turn out. And to some degree, you lack total control over how it develops, and I find that really satisfying. So I work in layers over the course of a couple days. I think this piece took me about 5 days to finish. And in that process, I was doing some studies. So here's a study of the grapes that I was doing that eventually would come to fill up the background in this painting. And it was right around here that I really started enjoying this piece and seeing how it totally changed once the background was added in. Something I've been enjoying about being an artist, which I haven't been for very long, I was actually a musician before this, still am I suppose, is that art gets you to focus on a lot of small things that you may never have paid attention to before. You know, I've been living near this vineyard for a long part of my life, and I don't think I ever really sat down and really looked at the grapes at this part of the season, and they're actually really beautiful. And it's just one of those things that art has really gotten me to focus on the little things that I would normally ignore or never pay attention to. And it's been really interesting to see this process develop for me because I'm pretty new to this whole painting thing, and a lot of this is still very new to me. So when I paint, I usually work in lots of transparent layers. So in these layers here, I'm using oleo gel, which is a medium that I paint into the whole surface before I start painting, and then I let it thin my paints as I'm laying it down. And it just kind of makes this transparent thing where you can kind of see the previous layers underneath it, and I find it really fascinating, a really stress-free, at least in comparison to what I used to do, way of developing a painting and feeling like you at least have some idea of what it's going to look like towards the end of the piece. So a lot of the work at this point is very subtle, but this is actually probably my favorite part of the painting, using glazes to just boost little things that really start to slowly tie it together. And then I come in right at the end and I cover the whole thing up in a single color. In this case, it was green. And it really starts tying it together and really gives like a glow to the paintings that I don't know how much you can tell in the video, but in real life they really shine. They're very vibrant. It almost looks like you're looking at a painting that you had a stained glass copy of it affixed over top. So I'm finishing up, making it a little darker, harmonizing the piece, and I'm pretty much done. So here is the finished painting. And if you're interested in adopting this piece, send me a message on my Instagram account at Jonah Paints. So I hope to see you back here next week, and thank you for checking out this piece.